maybe push Ame out, but it's like the guy said backstage, you know, they're going to live or die with Ame's performance. And he ends this game with 1 or 2 deaths. I think they're going to win.
All right, so all the pressure on Beast Coast for the first game.
I favor PSG.LGD for sure.
And you follow suit, Kyle?
Trying here.
Definitely.
All right, so I mean, I am hearing that if Beast Coast wants to do well, they got to put a high tempo. We have seen that they can do that. This region can do that. It has been done before. I'm ready to be surprised. And I know that our commentary team is also really hoping that Beast Coast is going to run at PSG.LGD and it's going to be one big brawl of a game. Let's head over to Odie Pixel on Fox for game 1.
それはどうかな
Yes, thank you, Sheev. PSG.LGD versus Beast Coast. We've got an Anti-Mage versus a Jug, and this is not just an Anti-Mage. He's got 4 different types of buffs on him. Living Armor, Empower, Grimstroke, Inkswell, and the likes. This looks like it could be a pretty tough game if Beast Coast can't set the tempo. Owen, how are you feeling? What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like PSG.LGD got to be a little scared of what Beast Coast is going to bring. I mean, Beast Coast, they are going to bring the action. They're going to bring the heat. Yeah, can Ame carry this on his Anti-Mage? I'm excited to see it. Always happy to see an Anti-Mage game. See if it can work out. Obviously, PSG.LGD feel that this is one to make it work. No, I think we could see some fast-paced stuff here from Beast Coast. And I don't know if PSG.LGD is going to be able to deal with it.
I think they have to play super fast. This limited disable, I think, can be a big concern. Also, the Mars ult has several different ways that they can play around it. I think that's why they picked this Sand King too. Not only because you see Wyvern and you just want this extra stun, plus it works well with that Grimstroke combos with his ultimate as well for getting double stuns. But he can actually get out of most of these things. You know, Cogs can be a bit annoying. You can stun out of it. Mars ult, bit annoying. You can stun out of it. They have a lot of different ways to actually avoid these team fights where I'm really liking LGD's chances. I don't like Anti-Mage, I do have to preface with that, but I think this is a game where it can definitely get out of control. A couple mistakes from Beast Coast, and they are going to be in a lot of trouble. I think it has to be a very clean game, very fast-paced.
I mean, and how's sort of the start of the game for Ame? Looking at the lane setups, is this a happy place for the Anti-Mage to be, or can they put pressure on here?
I think it's a pretty happy place. He's got Treant Protector. Innocence on the tree. We've seen China run this so many times here just to guarantee the safe lane. So I think it looks pretty good. They're going to do the Cogs right away with Schofield to pull the lane back into a better position for Whisper. And let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can actually slow down the AM farm, because it doesn't really feel like they can with Innocence just backing up him with heals too. If he gets Leech Seed at level 2, then it'll be very effective to keep him topped off. Does not feel easy for the side of Beast Coast. They do have Innocence trapped inside the Cogs, but he'll be able to be broken out quickly.
Some of these other lanes, the mid matchup, Chris Luck against Nothing to Say is Magnus. I mean, we're going to see both heroes really looking for some of this action, and Chris Luck, he's going to win out now. He's get a good few tower hits in onto Nothing to Say. I mean, obviously, yeah, both of them, you know, Nothing to Say is going to be looking for the skewer under tower, and Chris Luck's going to be looking for the spear under tower. So quite a fun little matchup here between these two mids.
Yeah, both very farm heavy, but both have some high potential for these outplays. I have not gotten to see a Core Phoenix in I don't even know how long is the other thing I do want to mention. Whisper is one of those players that likes these unorthodox offlaners. As we saw the Lash from earlier, he used to play Tinker. Of course, that's kind of not existent, even in the offlane or in the mid. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he's going to be able to do on this one too.
I like it this game because it's a game where you don't look at PSG.LGD's lineup and think, oh, immediately they're going to kill the Supernova very easily, right? It is a game where Whisper will be able to set up some pretty impactful ultimates, and those do tend to be the games where having it in that core position can pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. Bottom, hit beyond. He's taken out.
There we have it. K1, first blood for him. Got some potent chase down there, of course, between the Arctic Burn slowing the damage of the Blade Fury. East Coast getting this solid lane start for K1. Of course, not struggling with the farm either down here at all. Having a very nice lane, K1.
I like that he's using their own chat wheel back toward them. Chris Luck feeling himself a bit in that mid lane. 15-3 leading slightly. And yeah, this Jug and the Wyvern, Wyvern overall not really the strongest laner, but paired with a hero like Jug, you do have chase potential. If Atheon steps up too far out of position, easily can get brought down. He's gone for the aggro build. Caustic plus stun, no points in Sandstorm. They've got the sentries prepared anyway for him.
Yeah,
these two just spamming.
Be a hard lane to really do so much.
They're spamming the taunts on each other. I'm loving it in mid.
Looking at the CS at the moment in the mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Chris Luck with
attack.
a slight lead,
very slight.
but still very, very close. I mean, you know, all in all, these first 3 minutes of laning, an incredibly close start between the two teams. I mean, nobody's getting zoned out the laning stage completely at all.
No, Beast Coast slightly ahead though. Definitely liking the way that they are playing. Even the top lane, I'm actually just watching Whisper getting a lot of extra denies. Goes for the bracer early on, rushing toward that urn afterwards. They're getting some nice side pulls. Doing a good job up here. Bottom again. K1, he's very low. Salve save, 11
I mean,
HP.
that salve saves him.
Ooh.
And he's able to dodge the nuke as well. Make sure the Jinkyu's not able to find the angle, and they have a second backup salve ready as well for him. So K1 able to stay in the lane and stay alive.
Does miss like 3 or 4 last hits while having to run away, but at least does keep himself survivable. That was very close. Up top. Continued aggression onto this Anti-Mage, who's bought Gloves of Haste to try to offset that slow of attack speed from the Fire Spirits. He's got the heals from the Living Armor, but they are pretty lacking on regen. Extra salve and a Tango coming out for Innocence. Should be able to top him off.
See Chris Luck as well, able to make his way over. Take that bouncy rune away from PSG.LGD.
Doing a great job.
This sort of leading fight, I mean, it's going to be that sort of situation where he's going to have the 6 at slightly before that of nothing to say, and then maybe kill potential. If he gets the sort of movement in, Schofield, of course, he can always look to join some action in on the mid lane. You know, I've got some good kill combos here quite early on Beast Coast.
Ooh, and look at this, pretty interesting to point out is it's still going to be the Battle Fury for Ame. Even though he's got a Magnus, he's going to be looking to play away from the mag, and we have seen them do this before. I'm pretty sure Nothing to Say likes to play more around like being a secondary carry as this Magnus in some of the games, going for that Echo Saber build. And they know that they get this game to the later stages, they've got great chances. And they have excellent ways to delay it too, right? With Living Armor, with the Grimstroke spam, with Magnus, even with the Sandstorm set up around towers, they do have that delay function.
Yeah, I like it, I think. Yeah, like Battle Fury is just such a crucial item on Anti-Mage for so many reasons other than just the cleave, right? It's having that, that bit of regen allows you to keep on the map, means you're not having to constantly ferry out sort of regeneration to keep yourself out in the jungle, out in the lanes. So yeah, no surprise there. And you know, have the double cleave, that's just going to make things even quicker and even better for him. And
They're keeping K1 quite low down here. Lots of harassment coming out from the two of them, Fabian and Xingqiu.
of course, K1 also going the greedier route with his build.
Definitely needs to if they're going to have any hope of scaling into the later stages, so I do like that he's actually queued that up at the moment. Seeing lots of stacks coming out from Nothing to Say. It is blocked though. Now we do see that sentry that was placed. Top.
They're able to catch it right here inside the cogs. Whisper.
Whoopsie. Schofield.
What? I mean, Whisper, he's actually going to live.
Are fortified.
Blinks up in a second as Ame managed to make it out of there, but both him and Whisper getting very, very low there in that attempt for one another's lives. Is how we're doing on the regen for Ame. He hasn't got anything at the moment, but Innocence is going to be able to bring more in. We'll see how it was to make Chris Luck.
Thank you.
Laying down the arena. He's caught Nothing to Say.
Ooh, he's skewered
enough
under
damage to
2-2.
do with those. I mean, he wants to keep
He's got the
going.
arcane.
He's going to have Spear up in a second. Oh, he's looking for it, but the Dukes. Oh, not going to quite be able to find him.
So close.
Nothing to Say.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, can they get anything out of this as bottom? The K1's in trouble. They're running him down. Chris, can he do anything to save his buddy? He can. Pushes back Faith Beyond with the spear. Gives enough room for K1 to continue to back up.
And they do scout all these massive stacks coming out from the side of PSG.LGD. He's pinging them out right away. So he's like, okay, guys, we gotta perhaps look to invade and take these out at some point here. Also, important to point out, Schofield did use a smoke also top, so they will be lacking one in the mid game. And yeah, K1's gonna run right in and just use the spin plus the Splinter Blast. They're gonna take out that one. Love it. Good moves.
Very nice find here for Beast Coast. There's nothing to be done here by PSG.LGD. Easy golden XP here for K1.
Yeah, and that's going to slow down the Blink Dagger on Faith Beyond, so that aggression that he'll be able to do early game will be taken out a bit. Xingqiu will refill the bottle, so still going to look to play a bit aggressive, and they will lose their ward too, since Faith Beyond was playing in the area to, you know, sap that experience. He was watched, but they also lose their ward on the other side too. Rotation from Chris Luck top. Wants to try to set something up. Gonna get the spear connection.
Instantly set up. Arena into the spear. Have they got enough damage? They have. Ame not even able to get the blink off. Excellently done there across the tree line from Chris. It's a big catch, a big kill, and some good pressure onto the tier 1 now with the wave pushing in. Wyatt will try and do his best to take it off.
They had the ward top too, but he actually played completely on the left side inside the fog route, so yeah, really nice from Chris Luck. He's doing excellent.
Good sort of sweeps of the map, making sure that he's there to help out his side lanes. His bottom K1.
Dire's
Try and
bottom
run
tower
down
is
Faith
under
beyond, not
attack.
having enough mana though for the Omni Slash. Always, of course, a bit of a tricky target to get anyway, even with the ults up.
They're trying to get Innocence top.
CS is looking very nice. See if they can get him. Into the trees they go, Whisper. Cased him down with the Sun Ray.
Radiant are scanning.
They really want to try to kill him.
He's trying to TP out, but they've got him. Push back. Innocence is going to be out back here as Schofield's able to continue to chase him down. As he will slowly get in range here. Innocence will be taken out by Whisper. Beast Coast, they're finding a lot of action. It's 4-1. They've got a 1k lead. They're moving around the map in ways that the PSG.LGD aren't able to deal with too well right now.
No, they take him out, so they're trying to apply pressure onto this tower here. Xingqiu, he makes the rotation up. They want to defend this tower as long as possible. They're even going to commit out to Phoenix. Nice dive. Plus the egg.
The egg's going to come out straight away. Schofield, he's in. He's been able to catch Ame in the cogs. Ame blinked in for that. As Ame, he's going to get taken down. He's gone. He gets a battle bottom, but doesn't do anything at all. That's Ame and Xingqiu gone. As they got tempted by jumping in onto Whisper, but Whisper, he had dive and egg up. That was going to be a very hard kill for PSG.LGD to try and get. Nevertheless, they go for it, and it gets turned around on them very quickly by Beast Coast.
I'm surprised they actually go for it. I thought they were just going to play to delay the tower. That's why the Grimstroke rotates up to just spam it for the tree to respawn, but they commit for the kill, and they get punished heavily. Very strong early aggression coming out from Beast Coast.
Radiant's bottom
does.
tower is under attack.
For the Ame Anti-Mage, these early deaths are really going to mess up his flow. I mean, already almost a 2k gold difference in farm between Ame and K1.
That is insane.
Nice.
I mean, he's going to have Battle Fury done almost on the Jug, and AM is nowhere near his. And they take out the top tower, so they will be able to get that push going versus this Train Protector early on. East Coast, killing it this early.
Oh, absolutely are. 10 minutes in, 6-1, 2k lead. PSG.LGD, they've got to find some way of slowing them down. Nothing to say. They've got the double blinks, in fact. Nothing to say in Faith Beyond. Both with blink daggers ready to go. So they'll be a little more kitted up to be prepared to fight back. In fact, straight away mid. RP just going to be dropped down onto Chris Luck as he steps into range. They've got the backup instantly under the tower. They'll bring down the Mars.
They were just rotating over as well with Schofield and Stinger to potentially look for that setup, but they get caught a bit early. Schofield, level 7. Very high level on this clockwork. Ame has to be more careful with these blinks. It is. Ooh, it's on the creep.
Neutrals here. But it doesn't matter. Still allows him to close the gap. Buys time for him to walk around the tree line. It works out at the end of the day. They get the kill. That's mid. But nothing to say here. They want to try and dive in, but Fabian's in with the backup. Jumps in onto Whisper. Whisper's going to get taken out. A couple of seconds until Supernova was back up. So Whisper unable to survive. Schofield. Ooh, the curse. He's actually going to be saved here. The curse comes out. This is going to be the perfect setup for Chris Luck to cut in. He's got the arena. Lays it down. They take down Fabian. They're going to be able to trap Xingqiu as well. A Stinger with a beautiful turnaround, pops the curse onto them. Schofield is saved, and the setup is there. Chris Luck gets the kills, and he's ready to start beating down off the mid tower. Of course, at the same time, K1 continuing to enjoy all the space in the world down bottom. 12 minutes in, phase, Battle Fury complete. He's on track to be a right terror this game.
Oh, and look at this triple ancient. It's beautiful.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gets the ward up too to defend them in case of these blink daggers coming in. This is great moves from Beast Coast. Great invasion. Chris Luck even coming toward the area to back them up in case of a rotation from LGD.
Now, did you see that? K1 even blowing the Omni Slash to farm the Ancients. I mean,
Very K1 style.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Ancients are farmed. It was mid Whisper. I mean, they can't kill this egg. They have to try and run from this PSG.LGD, but they're struggling. The cogs are down. The stun will catch the Xingqiu. Nothing to say. He's caught. They're able to bring down the Magnus. K1's turned up as well with the Blade Fury, trying to run them down. The Overgrowth will hold them back. Faith Beyond. He's looking to get back in on this. The healing ward micro here from K1, keeping himself healed up as they're able to back away. They have lost 3. as PSG.LGD will manage to punch back this time and take down the 2 supports of Beast Coast at the end of that.
And keep the tower alive. They did lose that top one early on, but they are really looking to keep this middle one. With all these blink daggers, they're really forcing the issue here to fight around it. Bottom. They do get the nice spear.
They look to try and... Yeah, so they've still got the arena.
Radiant are
Of course, with the cooldown of Blink, there's, obviously
Radiant's top
much superior
tower
to
is
that of the
under
cooldown
attack.
of Spear. So no further catch here for Ame.
I mean, if K1 didn't use a Omni Slash on Ancients, potentially could have ran over and caught up with Chris Lucht and gone for this kill, but he did use the Omni Slash on the Ancients, so...
I mean, that's my kind of Omni Slash. Now, that's the Omni Slash.
I know it is. I know you like
And then
it.
when you're not involved in the fights, you've got an excuse. You'll be like, guys, my ult's on cooldown. Let me hit some creeps, So, he blew it, hoping that maybe they didn't, he's like, oh, what a shame. I don't have ult. I'll have to keep hitting creeps.
Chris Lucht maybe going a bit too far this time.
Radiant structures.
They have got the curse. Curse is going to come out. Going to give Chris Lucht some safety. K1's able to step across. Blade Fury down. He brings down Faith behind. He's going to be able to get Innocence as well. More kills here for Beast Coast as K1's in position. Takes some Ancients as well. Keeping himself far ahead of the rest of the game here. 8k net worth on the Juggernaut. K1 continuing to just not be slowed down at all. Top that fight Schofield. It's a bit of glory here for Ame and nothing to say as they get Schofield out alone. Still very much a catch-up game here for Ame. Still has a lot of ground to cover here in this attempt to get on the same level as K1's farm.
Full 3,000 gold behind still of this Jug, though. That is pretty ridiculous. Stinger on point with his curses so far to back up his team. I like this build from Whisper, too. The he's going into Vessel, and then he has the Veil as well. It's really effective, this game. They've got a lot of magic damage that does get amped up. I love Veil. I know we mentioned it the other day, too. Just this item just feels like it's still underpurchased, undervalued.
And talking about amping up as well, do you like this here from Stinger? Brown boots, he's going straight for the Orchid Rush.
Scanning.
Ambitious.
I mean, I love it. They want to kill, they want to fight. Who needs these sort of supporting items? We want to kill people. As straight for the Orchid this game on the Wyvern. It's going to be very deadly. It's going to have that extra bit of control for Ame as well. Look for him here.
Oh, he's potted the rocket.
Scopel's ready. Straight into the rocket vision.
He pre-fired that rocket, Owen. He shot that rocket there before he even blinked. He read his mind. That was
they're just straight up out player PSG.LGD right now. PSG.LGD need to get it together a little bit as Beast Coast are coming out all guns blazing here in this first game. 13-7, 4K lead.
They're on fire. I love the way that they're playing too. It's like they get the spear connection. They're already pinging locations like where he's going to blink. They have the one cut off from the Wyvern. They have the Clockwork coming in for the other access point. And it's beautiful so far. 4K lead. Continuing to play aggressive as they should.
Battlefury's finally done here for Ame.
Okay.
So, of course, a fair bit slower than that of K1. As K1, he's almost pretty much got the S and Y done on top of the Battle Fury.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got a great fight lineup also to force a Roche. And I don't know if PSG.LGD will be able to contest that one once they do it, which is going to probably come out in the next few moments. Because they've got this Marzal, they've got this Phoenix egg. It's going to be pretty impossible for them to contest that.
Is under attack.
What's up?
He's in. Mid.
Easy setup here on Innocence. So what else they can get here in the mid? They get the jump onto Whisper. So able to find the trade in that mid lane whilst moves were made top.
So you're talking about, these greedy type of choices from the supports. Look at XinQ. He's already got the ambition too. He's got Ags queued up. He's got the point booster. He's like, I see how big this Jug is. I want a Jug of my own.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. All right. Well, mid. They'll try and get the catch on Scope, but not going to happen. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, is Jug that amazing of a hero to get the Aghanim's illusion off?
Oh yeah,
it's pretty,
absolutely.
It's pretty top tier. Okay. Sure.
Built-in crit, it's phenomenal. You have great stats too. Yeah, and in the build that you're going for too, right? He's going for S and Y. You know he's going to build that stat kind of build too. Yeah, really good.
All right. I mean, yeah, and I guess as you say, maybe knows that Stinger's going to be going the greedier route as well. So he sort of says, well, I want to do so too. I want to have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, I'll see how much farm Ame can get here in the catch-up towards the K1 Jug. Of course, he himself, Battle Fury and Empower, does have that little bit more of a boost in comparison.
And he does have the buffs in the mid-game as well, too, as we mentioned. The Ink Swell plus that 20-minute shard that's going to come out. Bottom. They actually throw the RP to survive, it looks like. Schofield taking a ton of damage, though. Nothing to say. Can he get another hit? He can't. He can't.
I mean, Schofield goes down, but he doesn't care. The setup's there. Beast Coast, they'll get the cleanup. More than happily taking that trade.
And with those two dead, maybe they can finally swing over and take out this mid tower, too, as they've been trying to so hard. Sentry placed down. They killed almost a full Eul's of Faith Beyond in the courier.
That's going to hurt Faith Beyond. Yeah, 2 minutes now without that completed dual scepter for Faith Beyond. That hurts. That hurts in a game where, you know, those 2 minutes, who knows what's going to happen in those 2 minutes. So, well, if you sort of look at what Beast Coast has been doing so far, a lot of action is going to be brought in your direction. So not having that dual, it's going to hurt Faith.
And they know that RP's down. That's why they're playing so aggressive toward that mid lane. They know there's going to be no reaction from PSG.LGD. Schofield being a nice sacrifice. So also continue to scout. Sees where Ame is. His whole team is starting to swing over. Chris Luck,
Chris Luck wants to try and get a catch here. There we have it. He'll set up onto Y. They'll be able to get Innocence.
Man, they even rocket scouted on top of Ame, and we're potentially looking for a curse over that high ground. It's close that he's almost getting caught in these situations. XinQ playing full greed. He's farming neutrals as the Grimstroke, while the AM also farms neutrals, while also Faith Beyond farms neutrals. So Beast Coast looking to punish this.
Chris Luck just charging across the map, looking for action to drop his combo.
I love how willing they are to just make these just full run at you across the map. Schofield sees a hero, immediately starts running at him. They see someone else on the opposite side of the map, just start running at them too. PSG.LGD splitting it up a lot. Nothing to say showing bottom. XinQ showed himself top with these strokes. Giving the safe farm to Ame. Now we do have a smoke. They have to punish somebody here since they're showing on 2 or 3 lanes. Faith Beyond.
Oh, and they found Faith Beyond. Straight away with the Eul setup. Easy kills to be farmed here by Chris Luck.
Very nice.
Haste. Radiant's bottom
And there's the Roche. They've got another big hero kill. They're going to be able to kill this one pretty quickly. And the team fight is way too strong, it feels like, for PSG.LGD contested. So they just have to split up the map and maximize while this is happening. Beast Coast.
Yeah, I don't think they can fight Beast Coast right now, especially with the BKB done on Chris Luck. You know, he's always just going to be able to step straight into the front of the fight, and you're not dying through BKB this game. At least not at this stage, if you're Beast Coast.
No, you don't want to fight into Phoenix Egg plus Mars Ult plus a curse. There's just no way, unless you literally just get the absolute dream initiation somehow. The Roche going for K1.
Immortality. Radiant's bottom tower.
See how much pressure they want to put on now with this. And how's Ame doing with the catch-up game? Still down 2.5k behind that at K1. Struggling to close that gap with these moves that Beast Coast are able to make.
Dire's top tower.
It's taking a fight. Probably still going to be off the cards here for PSG.LGD. And try and slow down this push, of course, with the living armor.
They are cliffing it. Faith Beyond is also kind of setting up in the area. Hiding himself in the tree lines. If they see someone split up, they're trying to force something bottom because they're also pushing. They see a reaction, they're going to look to go, but Beast Coast
Chris
not reacting yet.
They're trying to get down towards the bottom lane, Beast Coast. See if they can get any sort of catch in. They're looking towards Ame. Oh, curse on the illusion. I mean, it's cute, but it doesn't really do anything. Maybe it was trying to hold him in place to allow Chris Luck to get him with the combo. It wasn't the case. Ame's still out there. Innocence also able to TP away. So Beast Coast, they'll still end up losing their tier 2 themselves. So trade on the tier 2s on the side lanes. Nobody gets caught.
Faith Beyond commits the epi, trying to go for some type of play top, but K1 just spins and walks away. So tier 2 for tier 2, so outpost for outpost. Beast Coast still looking to play fast. Another smoke. They have the arcane rune on Chris Luck too. I see Ame.
It would be the dream catch. Oh! The spear catches him. Have they got enough though? He's out with the Manta. He's off to the side. He should be fine here. I think even with that nice of a catch that Chris Luck was able to get with that angle of spear, it doesn't matter, of course. Killing this Anti-Mage is at the point of the game where they kind of need everything. They need sort of like the spear into the hook shines to an Omni Slash. Otherwise, this Anti-Mage doesn't really die.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
They're going for the moves, though. They're trying to slow him down at the very least.
Yeah.
BKB now finished on nothing to say.
I think Ame definitely feels sort of how unkillably he is. If he gets the Skadi done after the Manta, that amount of stats, as sort of predicted by you in the panel, that it's going to be very, very tough to kill the Anti-Mage. And so actually over to the mid, nothing to say.
He blocks the hook. I think that was intentional. I think he did that to save Faith Beyond. He blinked in front of Schofield to block it. That's a play. As Ame's getting space. Ooh, he finds himself an Asian stack too. I guess that East Coast had forgotten about. Since they've been playing full aggro, they haven't had time to go back to their side.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's slowly catching up.
Actually, a bit of an interesting change-up in the build-up here from K1. He had the ultimate orb, had the money to finish off the Skadi, but actually goes for picking up the Eagle song instead. So now he's sort of sitting in this sort of weird limbo area of having this build-up of 2 big items. I guess he's now just going to look to try and finish off that butterfly first, knowing that there won't be any sort of MKB online anytime soon from the side of PSG.LGD.
Yeah, dude, this Grimstroke illusion is going to be really powerful. Look at the items he's building. If he gets Butterfly, he gets Skadi.
I mean, that's true.
It's going to pay off.
But is he going to be... I guess, yeah. If he can get K1 with get an illusion of K1, it is indeed going to be quite strong.
How's Stinger doing on his greed? He's getting pretty close to his Orchid too, so they're going to have multiple different forms to be able to catch Ame, as Schofield pretty far from his team. They're swinging over. Stun does not connect.
I mean, yeah, Schofield making them work.
He's baiting them, kinda. Blink from Ame too.
I mean, he's still alive. Schofield's going to live. The arena, though, won't catch Ame. Ame's out to the side. They'll manage to get the setup on Faith Beyond instead. Straight away with the Yule's combo. Let's see if they can bring him down. He's out to the trees with the Burrow Strike, but K1, he's ready to chase, hunting him down with the Blade Fury. Faith Beyond slowly, but surely fall here. So what's that? Sandstorm to blink out. Oh, he's away. Burrow Strike, but he's actually able to make it out of there. All right, Faith Beyond, he gets out. He really does against the odds there.
They put the sentry down late, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think they put it down just a second too slow, so he got the Sandstorm off, gets that like fraction of a second between the Yule's timing, and he actually gets the he's able to get the blink. Maybe a bit of a mistake there from Beast Coast, and it's giving time. Look at the gold lead; it's completely shifted down, almost to 0.
Ame's catching up. He's catching up.
He is.
Oh, we didn't see it.
We didn't see it. Blink on the low ground. And Jinkyu's got his
Aegis is gone. Okay, well, we'll, as you say, if he can get one of those with K1, we'll see what sort of damage that does.
It's gonna be strong.
How's Stinger doing on his Orchid? Very close, just
close,
a recipe away now.
PSG.LGD is feeling strong. They're smoking. They're looking for the fight. There's the illusion.
They're jump straight away, RP down as well, but he's able to get the Blade Fury off in time. There's no follow-up. K1's going to be fine. He's ready to run them down, and now PSG.LGD, they're having to back up. Faith Beyond getting caught underneath the Supernova. They'll take down the Sand King. Chris looks in with the BKB on top of nothing to say. Omni Slash at the ready as K1 cuts down another double kill for the Jug. PSG.LGD with a failed attempt to blow K1 up. They're in. They try and keep him locked down, but a bit of a window was left open. He gets the Blade Fury off. Sure, he's still stunned by the RP, but they just don't have the damage to kill a Blade Fury Jug with this butterfly done.
And now they don't really have the great way to defend the high ground with all these ultis being committed. Ame,
yeah,
he's getting the split push going, but that was a very ambitious attempt from them going for this K1 Jug.
Yeah.
There's that illusion. It's very strong.
I mean, it's pushing them back. It's pushing them back. You're not wrong. It's pushing them back. It's holding the fort here. It's actually going to stop the push entirely. That combined with the split push pressure of Ame. So indeed, that Axe Rush from Jinq definitely showing its power, showing its potential here when it comes to turning the tables against K1's Jug.
And they're going to be able to heal that tower up. That's the difference here, whereas Ame's split push is going to be more effective since there's a Treant Protector on the other side. Faith Beyond. Ooh. Still a very close game. East Coast leading.
Oh, mate. Going for the butterfly next himself. Find himself some nice neutrals here. Paladins available for Ame if he wishes. And over on the side of Beast Coast, yeah, K1's got the Orb of Destruction, so a bit of amp up to his damage.
I like that we're seeing Whisper deviate his build a bit. He had BKB queued up for a long time, but the game state slowed down so much that I think they're realizing, okay, we can't really end the game just yet. We're gonna have to start itemizing for this Anti-Mage who's gonna start getting involved. So he's queued up the Hex. Do like that. They're gonna have a lot of different ways to control him with Orchid, Hex. Schofield. Trying to bother Ame a little bit.
With Ame here.
Jetpacking over, scouting out the trees, putting out. Ooh, nice little sneaky ward.
We're going to see this illusion from Xingqiu, and each time, any time that K1 shows himself, Xingqiu's able to easily push out a wave or two with that illusion.
Did that rocket did not catch the smoke, did it? It looked like it was just after the smoke.
I was going to ask you that.
Very
did
close.
Did not catch any of it?
I don't think so. They're going to get a kill out of it. Right outside
Roche. Wasn't prepared for this. Chrisluck, does he want to try and fight this? He's trying to, but Fabian's able to dodge the spear with the self-fuels. The Soulbind down onto the two of them. See what they can pull off here. Whisper, he's jumped into the pit, but Fabian's got the epicenter ready to go. Supernova's out. Chrisluck's ready to come in with the coverage, drops down the arena. Fabian will not be able to kill the egg in time. Beast Coast, they're taking out the two of them. Now they themselves in position to start for the Roshan. PSG.LGD with just the 3 members alive. What can they do? Nothing to say. Gonna jump in, gives the skewer back onto Whisper. Has he quite got the damage? He does. The Phantom's embrace upon him. Whisper, nothing to allow him to get out of there. PSG.LGD, they want to try and punch into this. K1 still standing very strong here at the side of the pit. They do have RP still ready to go on. Nothing to say.
Beast Coast used their egg. They used their Marzel. So the fight around the Roche pit is a bit weaker, but it looks like PSG.LGD, they're going to give it up.
Dire are scanning. Roshan has fallen.
Stuff to find here for Beast Coast. K1's able to claim that shard. He'll be the one to take the Aegis. As we see, switching up the build, getting that ultimate orb, stepped up here into the Lincoln sphere. So he has that additional protection, and of course, the chance of not letting Xingqiu get that Dark Portrait.
Exactly. I think that's actually a pretty cool choice for him to go for there. Instead of having a Scotty, which usually is your build-up for the Jug, he's really trying to protect himself more. Versus the instant stuns, versus the silences. I like it. I think it's going to pay off. Yeah, they're pinging. They keep saying Grimstroke, like, watch out for the Grim. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Lost some money in the bank here. 4k gold towards the butterfly, but of course still well behind that of the farm of K1.
Chrisluck spends his gold. He's got another form of initiation for his team. They were lacking it, so he's got a blink now finally on this Mars. And they're going to start the push. They're going to force a reaction from PSG.LGD.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
PSG.LGD. See what they do here.
There's the illusion.
Lincolns. Oh, managed to get that illusion. In fact, sending it straight over towards the back, trying to get that healing. And they will be able to find it. Move it over towards Whisper as well.
They're getting split push. Both of those other side lanes.
Here from Xingqiu. We'll keep him back, and yeah, absolutely nothing to say. Bringing in the bottom lane.
He drags the whole wave. Back door is kicked in. That Dark Portrait.
Radiant structures are
it's really making all the difference when it comes to the high ground pushes. Bottom lane. Schofield trying to stop the pressure here from Ame. Nothing to say. It's going to cost him his life. Ame just turns, burns his mana, brings him out with a mana void. They're still trying to break the high ground top. Fabian. He's trying to go for this, but the Blade Fury's up. He's actually got to get back out of there with a Bow Strike. He can't stand close to K1. The Beast Coast, they'll reset, they'll back up. They look for the quick jump there onto Ame, but Ame, equipped with the counter spell, puts a stop to the Yule setup that Chrisluck was going for. As Ame gets out in time. I mean, it's getting to the point. I mean, each and every time that Dark Portrait's out, that the push is getting messed with. They've got to somehow find some way of getting in pretty deep and getting Xingqiu. With the Grimstroke up, it's so hard for Beast Coast to push right now.
But look at his cast strings. Like, he has Aether Lens plus the headband. It's so difficult for them to push first. Yeah, and look at the tower. Yep, as we see pointed out, it's just getting healed up when they can't actually commit to killing it. That's where the Treant Protector kicks in. Strategical plays here from PSG.LGD. Keeping themselves in fighting form. Age is still for 2 minutes. K1 wants to take advantage of it. Back to the top lane.
K1.
The portrait again.
Feeling confident with that Aegis.
Inkswelled portrait. The healing ward. It's gonna get sniped. Oh, he's dancing. He's actually hiding it. The illusion can't find it.
Control it.
Oh, oh, oh. You got it.
There's such a low cooldown as well on this Dark Portrait.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter if you kill it. It's going to be up, ready to go again here. As there's jump, Faith Beyond tries to go for the stun. Yeah, going to have Chryslok going in deep. He wants to find Xingqiu. He moves straight over towards the Grimstroke. This arena underneath the tower. But now the RP comes out. Chryslok's going to die for that effort. After Curse coming out onto himself there, Stinger. Supernova is in place.
Split push.
Going to stun them behind the Steer Force. It's giving time for K1 to keep pushing on to the racks as K1 will be able to find the melee racks. Now they'll start to back away. That's going to be the Treant down. Faith Beyond able to get the setup onto Stinger. They actually have the damage. Those Stingers out to the side. He's over with the Arctic Man trying to get away, but they'll still get it. They bring him down. Stewart, for nothing to say, also catches Whisper on his attempted TP out as he puts it to a stop. The damage again from the Dark Portrait of the Juggernaut being sent in by Xingqiu. It's PSG.LGD. They will be able to get some kills out of this. Of course, objective is taken. Beast Coast, they get that melee racks mid. The same to be said down bottom. This rat push of Ame is managing to make sure that PSG.LGD always are finding a good trade in return.
Such a close game from both sides. They're both playing it so well. Yeah. Chris has to suicide himself to take out Xingqiu, but he has buyback. Next time, if they can actually find this Grimstroke, so he doesn't have buyback, could actually be very, very impactful. Do they have the Hex? I think I saw the Hex finished up for the Phoenix. So now they do have an extra element to be able to potentially catch the Anti-Mage. But Ame is being very cautious.
He is. I mean, 1-3-2, sort of the classic Anti-Mage KDA. You know, this is how he wants to play the game. He's not interested in the action right now.
No.
He's interested in poking and playing this split game that,
Radiant are
you know, it's really sort of testing Beast Coast on how well they can deal with this. Still go for these high ground and pushes, which are already rather hard to pull off. And also try and deal with this Anti-Mage constantly knocking at their barracks.
And it is the first time in the game that they've not only claimed gold lead, but actual experience lead too. Pretty big for PSG.LGD. Aghanim's now purchased up. 25 hit on the Anti-Mage too.
BB Rune as well. If they could go for something here, RP's up. They've got the full combo ready to play with PSG.LGD.
That is absolutely true.
Sentry set though for Beast Coast.
Soon 25 on the Mag. What's our level situation looking on Beast Coast? Only, I think, 25 on Jug. Everyone else is quite far behind. 22 on the Mars.
Yeah,
they're smoked.
They're going to go straight away here. See what they can find. See if they can catch Beast Coast by surprise.
Double damage!
They're going in.
Heading in. Okay, one instantly with the Blade Fury, so they won't be able to make the jump on the Jug. And with that reveal, PSG.LGD know that the Beast Coast are aware of this attempt coming into play.
This Blink Fragment is pretty frustrating just to give information. He's just going to be able to burn the mana of some of these heroes quite effectively. And even set up for the Linken's Break as well.
And it's certainly annoying.
Very frustrating.
And this is going to come into play as well when it comes to the high ground push there with both Xingqiu and Ame just sort of sending these illusions out.
See what we get. Spell Prism on the side of PSG.LGD, Illusionist Cape on K1, and a Trickster Cloak on Beast Coast. Illusionist Cape K1, that'll be nice. Forced spin. Has to be very careful with some of these spin plays now. They have the level 25 on the Mag, so that RP duration, nearly 5 seconds. Sure, there's still some status resist, but still incredibly long duration.
That's so close, 20.
It's so close.
That's the 1K in it. I mean, I mean, you said yourself, you know, you did feel this was a game where Beast Coast, they needed to play fast. You know, now the fact that we are at 38 minutes and it's even, are you sort of, you would feel that PSG.LGD are in the slightly better position in this sort of later stage, or?
Only very slight, though. I wouldn't give them too much of an advantage.
Okay.
I think it's very small. It's still pretty much dead even, but it's like the strategical plays that PSG.LGD can do, they can do without as much risk because they have this Anti-Mage who can always just blink in and out. And it's the stronger that the Jug gets, the stronger than the Portrait gets.
Do it with flair.
Now this time around, Ame's here. He's ready to fight at the base. He's actually going to start. Jumps in onto Schofield straight away. Schofield's drops him out. Eliminate the block point. They're going to use the curse to try and hold back Ame. And just Ame alone, though. Ame's going to be fine. Over to the side. They'll come over with the combo, drop the arena down, take down Faith beyond. The RP's out. They'll put the supernova. Nothing to say, trying to turn over the water, but he can't do enough attacks to take it out. Nothing to say, he's got to back away. He'll put the BKB, has the back of the Faith beyond coming in, but the Omni Slash is there. They'll use them to dodge some of the damage, but the bash is out to Ame. Hex as well. They've got the control, have they got the damage? They don't. Ame's able to blink back to safety as Beast Coast have lost 2.
They gotta run.
Nothing to say, trying to chase. Chrysler, he's going to get out with the CPs out just in time. Whisper won't be quite as fortunate. They catch the Phoenix. Beast Coast, they've got to run. K1, he's out with the spin CP. He'll make it away. I mean, PSG.LGD only has to use the one buyback there from Faith Beyond to fight back. It is indeed straight to the pit they go with no Whisper, no Stinger. It's going to be hard for Beast Coast to really bring together the team fight to have a job at contesting this. So we'll see if they want to try and make any sort of play. Schofield, of course, he could go for some big moves with the hook shot.
Their fight is not nearly as strong when they don't have their ults up. PSG.LGD is not as reliant because they have this buffed up Anti-Mage.
Schofield.
I feel like Beast Coast is more reliant on these ults. They're jumping in.
The kills. They're in onto Chrysluk. They're looking towards K1. Chrysluk, he's got to run. He's going to drop there in and try and turn, but he's out of mana. Chrysluk, K1 turns with a bash down onto nothing to say. Bedground comes across with a bow strike. K1, has he got the damage to bring down this Magnus? He hasn't. Nothing to say. Out to the side, put the skewer. Chrysluk's able to get out. They're able to get him out. He's able to blink away. Nothing to say is still chasing. Ame staying on top of K1. Nothing to say. Will get him. Take down Chrysluk, but the buybacks are available. Chrysluk and Whisper buying back as they'll look to try and catch PSG.LGD potentially on this retreat. PSG.LGD, they're able to get back. They'll get out of there. They've caught nothing to say over to the side, but he also has buyback as well. Will use it indeed immediately as Roche is the focus. Ame's into the pit. East Coast, they're heading over. Schofield, no hook shot. It's going to be down to Chrysluk for getting in on this and trying to interrupt Ame from taking it down. But it's getting low. Ame, he's going to be able to finish it off. They get the Roshan, but they pick up the Aegis on the Anti-Mage. K1's getting in there. He's got the Omni Slash. He's got the counter spells out. He'll be able to bounce it back, but the Slash is still allowed K1 to bounce over towards the Trin. The Aegis attempted, but this time they take it down. That's going to be the Whisper out of the game. RP down onto K1 as they lock down the jump. The arena comes out, but the Sphere only catches an illusion. They've still got the heroes good to fight as they take down K1. As K1's out, so is Whisper. Both heroes without buyback. Beast Coast, they've got to get everybody else out of here so they have some sort of attempt at a high ground defense. But Chrysluk's been found. Nothing to say. Jumps over the trees, catches the Mars. Chrysluk's going down as well. 3 dead, no buyback on Beast Coast. As PSG.LGD, they may have lost 2, but they've got Ame. They've got nothing to say. Still ready to go and ready to run it down the mid lane and do as much damage as they can.
They effectively have like 3 cores in their lineup that just continue to scale because of the Illusion, the Dark Portrait, the Magnus who's hitting extremely hard, and this Anti-Mage. While on the side of Beast Coast, it's really just the Jug versus the World at the end of this. The Egg not in the most prime position this time around, just gets taken out quickly. Bit of a chaotic fight there. And the counterspell does protect Ame. Even though it bounces and kills Innocence, it does make sure that Ame, the most important one, does survive.
Yeah, it means, yeah, he avoids those first few slashes as he's slashing back at the Jug, and there's no opportunities to get that bash or Hex follow-up. Because unfortunately for K1, a little short on the money for buyback here, was 1,100 gold short, so the Megas, that's going to be out at least, and of course PSG.LGD, they're going to try and push up for more. I mean, Stinger and Schofield, they've got to do something big here. They want to try and stop this. 20 seconds until Jug's up. They have got a curse. But Ame is closing it up. The curse will come out. Buy them a little bit more time, but there's no stopping this as PSG.LGD take down the Ancient and will take